What happened at the park that gave the police officers a belly laugh you will never forget? The cops pulled up with sirens flashing, and Agatha was already pointing at my dog like she'd uncovered a crime scene. She screamed about a dangerous beast, while Bear, my enormous fluffy Newfoundland, lay flat on his back, paws in the air, begging a toddler for belly rubs. I knew exactly how this was going to look. Bear would have to prove once again he's about as threatening and fluffy as a marshmallow. For context, Bear isn't your average dog. He's 120 pounds of shag carpet with a heartbeat. When I adopted him from a rescue, the paperwork said too lazy for an active household, which to me translated as an ideal roommate. No endless zoomies, no chewing furniture, just a big loaf with droopy eyes who thinks movement is optional. He quickly became a neighborhood celebrity. Kids ran up to hug him, teens asked for selfies, and older folks complimented his distinguished fluff. He was basically our block's unofficial therapy dog, but there was one person immune to his charm, Agatha. Agatha lived nearby, and every time she saw us, she'd mutter, "Irresponsible dog owner," like it was my legal title. The morning started like every other. Bear waddled into the park, flopped under a tree, and decided his walk was over. I sat on the grass, scrolling through my phone. Peaceful, right? Until Agatha stormed over like she was the sheriff of dog-hating county. "Control your animal! Why isn't that beast on a leash?" she barked. I gestured at Bear, who was literally snoring. "Ma'am, the only thing that needs controlling is when we need to go home." Her eyes narrowed. "Don't play dumb. He growled at me last week." I almost laughed. "You mean when he sneezed? Bear doesn't growl. He wheezes. Honestly, he sounds like a broken accordion." She jabbed her finger at me. "You're endangering the neighborhood. Someone has to do something." And with that, she whipped out her phone like she was in an action movie. "Yes, 911. I'm being threatened by a large, malicious dog. Send someone immediately." Meanwhile, Bear sat up just long enough to accept an ice cream cone from a passing toddler, then went back to licking it gently like it was the meaning of life. I offered to just leave, but she wouldn't let me go. When the police cruiser finally arrived, lights flashing, Agatha looked triumphant, like she'd just captured a fugitive. Two officers left their cruiser. They saw Partisha freaking out and knew where they were needed. Before they could say a word, Agatha launched into her speech. "Officers, thank goodness you're here. That beast growled and lunged at me. I barely escaped with my life." The shorter officer glanced at Bear, who was waddling over at sloth speed with his tongue hanging out. Bear plopped down against the officer's shin and sighed. "This him?" the officer asked. "Yep," I said. "Meet Bear. He's ferocious if you're made of snacks." The tall officer raised an eyebrow. "Ma'am, he doesn't look dangerous." Agatha gasped. "That's how they trick you. He's lulling you into a false sense of security."